Good morning, y'all. Happy Friday. Yeah. A lot of people getting paid today, getting towards the end of that work week and all that. We got games this weekend, man. We got what, two tomorrow and two Sunday. Big NFL weekend. But happy Friday. Happy payday for most people as well. Shout out to the whole chat, everybody on their way in. I see members, I see mods here. Oh yeah. We ready to get working. Okay. Y'all see the title. 50 Cent exposes Jim Jones again. We're pretty much going to get there after one little quick warm-up thing that I got to laugh at. You guys also see the thumbnail. You see a bunch of people in there. You see Adin Ross is in the thumbnail. There's a video that was dropped about him. Kind of an expose. We're going to take a look at that. We got the B Magic second diss track that he's dropping, I believe, on A Verb and J Mills. I didn't listen to it yet. I saved it for the stream. We're going to play that today. And if it's one or the other, my bad, but I didn't hear it yet, y'all. So we're going to play that. He's not in the thumbnail, though. What else do we got? We got a follow-up on the Anton Daniels and Corey Holcolm beef. Anton spoke out. So I do want to see what he got to say, being that we covered that yesterday. We got somebody back in jail again that's not in the thumbnail. We got Gucci, man. Ooh. Young Thug, you getting attacked today. Young Thug's definitely getting attacked. That's why Finesse 2 times is in the thumbnail. So let's get moving. Once again, shout out to everybody that's on their way, and I see y'all here. Gang. Morning to the chat. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Hope everybody's good. Shout out to everybody. I see y'all. Okay. What I need everybody to do, for more reasons than one, stay the away from these things right here. Let me play them on a bigger screen. I want y'all to really see some of the details in these things.
Let me show you the new Watermelon Jordan 10s. And before you Farrakhan and NAACP motherfuckers come after me, just know that in the South, everybody loves watermelon. So talk all that shit you want in the comments. This is a dope-ass shoe. There's 23 seeds to represent all of Michael Jordan's glory. Oh my God. Step out in the Watermelon 10s. Let me
pause it right there. Now, look at the chat. They like, that's how we start in the morning. Yes, this is how we start in the morning. But nah, I'm talking about shit. That's how we start in the morning. Happy Friday. All right. 2 pieces. The first thing is he clearly mentions people's minds that will go to the stereotype. All right. They all black people eat watermelon thing. And I don't like stereotypes that revolve around food too much. Dave Chappelle killed one of those, right? He was like, show me all the people that don't like chicken. You'd say only black people eat chicken. Remember the skit when Dave Chappelle said that he walked into the restaurant and she said, I know what you're going to get, the chicken. And he said, how did you know I was going to get the chicken? He's like, it's very known around these parts that all black people love you some chicken. He's like, but who don't love chicken? Everybody eats chicken, no? Funny skit from the GOAT, Dave Chappelle. Watermelon got the same thing. Watermelon got one of those stereotypes when it comes to we black folks as well. And once again, he mentions it. He said, before all you NAACP people and Farrah whatever start coming at me. So he knows that.
Show you the new.
Or whoever's behind the shoe knows that. I don't need to go too crazy on that. Let me put it on mute while I play it in the background a little bit. I don't need to go too crazy on that. Leave it right there. You know, it is what it is. If a white person wore these sneakers, is somebody going to jump out and say, what are you doing, being racist towards black people? No, calm down. It ain't that serious. It's a fruit that I enjoy. If a black person wore these, I think a black person would get looked at a little bit more than a white person as far as a watermelon sneaker. But that's not even the biggest thing. I just want to cover that since he brought it up. All right. The biggest thing to me is just how fucking disgusting y'all are with y'all. See, the thing about newer era fashion to me, and if there's any young folks in this chat, and I'll be watching our analytics and our demographic. Our demographic, I think, last time I checked, really starts from 21 all the way into like mid-50s. All right, we cover a wide range of viewership, but the heaviest one might be like mid-30s to like mid-40s on this channel. I believe, if I remember, like somewhere in the 30s to the 40s. Here's the thing about all you new era folks. So if you're in your 20s and your teens and you watch these streams or you watch any of these videos, I don't want you to get mad at me. But there's not too much that you guys have created that feels like, oh, y'all got that. Y'all are new. The most newer era style and fashion that you see a lot of the youngins with a lot the most, I feel like, is around the rock star type of rebellious fashion and wave, right? The crop tops, the rhinestones, the loud clothes and real colorful, um, the wallet chains. And but we did that, or like that is not y'all. Y'all are going crazy with it again now, along with some of the older people, which is dope. But that's not like, oh, we did this. If you're in your 20s or your teens, like this is what we brought. Y'all didn't bring that. Leathers are crazy right now. Y'all didn't bring that. You know what I'm saying? Dad hats and all that. Like, y'all didn't bring, like, what did y'all? I don't know. I don't know. Sneakers. You guys were a part of continuing to make sneakers go through the roof. The whole resale industry and youngins online early in the morning, wrapped around the corner for some new Jordans and all that type of shit. Y'all are a part of continuing the strength of sneaker game. But we were literally killing each other, especially in the 90s, over sneakers. You step on that man's sneakers without saying I apologize in the wrong place and see what happens. We already did the sneaker thing too. So this to me is just trying to take it to the next level, because the only reasons that these go is because Nike, Michael Jordan, and our multiple eras before this current one have taken Jordans to the top of the tree, which means that if it's a Jordan, we look. Imagine stepping out with this and it's not a Michael or Nike Michael Air Jordan sneaker. Just imagine it's a Reebok or a Fila. It would be the worst thing to hit the street. But because it's a Jordan, and they even tried to get creative with the 23 seeds on it. And the bottom actually looked kind of cool because we into gum bottoms and all that, right? Ever since old throwback when Air Max first dropped, a clear or a gum bottom. That's the craziest thing when we was young. But the 23 C's thing in the gum bottom is dope, but you guys will do anything. I don't care. This last but not least, I don't care how much it costs. This is one thing that I want to continue to tell you youngins that you need to do. I tell this to people all the time, even sometimes people my age. It's not about the brand. You don't wear the brand, wear the clothes. Okay? Like you see some of these high profile artists sometimes, and the jewelry is the outfit. You know, they got on a white t-shirt, a Hanes white t-shirt. Nothing wrong with that. That's a universal. Some fucking Old Navy sweatpants, some Jordans, and then $500,000 of real or fake jewelry, and they think that they crushing it because of the jewelry. The jewelry is the outfit. To me, jewelry has always been an accessory. You accessorize with it. I don't care if it costs $1 million, $1 billion, or $20. You accessorize, to me, with jewelry. That's when it could stand out, and it's not like you're trying to present it like this is all I'm about. The jewelry. There's a reverse fashion of it where even when it's expensive, it comes off like an accessory and it pushes everything. Whether it's the chain, how you chose that chain, that bracelet, that watch, etc. And the same thing goes for your sneakers. Now, sneakers, sometimes you could build your outfit as the core. You could say, I'm going to build everything I'm going to wear today based around these sneakers or this shirt or this hoodie or this jacket. You can absolutely do that if you have enough fashion sense to you. But if these are not Jordans, nobody puts them on their fucking feet. Nobody, man. And my bad for the early day fashion rant. This is brand new, by the way. None of y'all got this one. You know what I'm saying? This is a brand new one. All right. So I don't know. Maybe it was the hat that made me go to that this morning. I don't know. Thank you, homie. Thank you. I appreciate it. G-Shocks is dope. I got a G-Shock, or my homie bought my godson a G-Shock last year for Christmas. I got him something. I got him a Movado this year. Try to help the young man with his watch game keep building. You see what I'm saying? Like, this type of shit I'm talking about. But Anyway, man, I got a G-Shock or two in my collection as well. You know, like it's about what you're wearing, and it's just like, all right, that's your expensive, luxurious watch. That's your loud watch. That's your calm Timex. That's your G-Shock. That's your industrial look. That's your rugged look. That's your I'm wearing a button up and a tuxedo look. That's I'm going to a wedding to be somebody's best man look. Like it's all different shit. You know what I mean? But thank you, Shay. I did not know he was gonna spend like 10 minutes on these fucking watermelon Jordans. Let's get into the title. All right. Where's my little headphones here? 50 Cent exposes Jim Jones again. We're gonna get to the title nice and early in the stream and get it over with. All right, let's play the video. Turn off the music just in case. But yo, for somebody to overdub it with that old school throwback classic is hilarious. All right, so what we're seeing in the background is somebody from the cut. Looks like they like this, you know? And there's somebody on, let's hear them. My bad, y'all. I'm gonna play it again after the music. Hold on. There's somebody that's on the phone talking to like the landlord or somebody. Light a candle is crazy. They called it romantic in the music. There we go.
Sorry, excuse me. Do we need an electrician or do we just call Con Ed and they come out and return everything on?
Oh man, it says, do we need an electrician or do we call Con Ed to come out and all right, and look at even in the comments. You got Whack 100 in the comments. You got Freaky Zeke in the comments. All right. This is definitely a bad look in the midst of y'all back and forth. It's not no devastating stuff. I see it's viral all over the place. 50 Cent got it on his Instagram. We're on 50 Cent's page right now, people, okay? Once it goes on 50 Cent's page, it's headline news. It is what it is. We're going to pull up Jim Jones' Instagram in a second, too. Cameron said something in one of those comments back and forth he was having with Jim Jones last week, right? He said, I got the footage of you running around in the dark, calling the land. He said that, didn't he? So we don't know the source of this release. It could be Cam. If you're Jim Jones, you think that Cam is involved in this, right? These are the type of shots that are meant to remind you how much I don't fuck with. I am trying to expose you, and I'm trying to show the world that you are nothing about what you represent. You're nothing close to it. We already heard the phone call. Who was it? 50 Cent on the phone with the landlord, right? Talking about the 200 grand that they supposedly sent over. Very, very petty. What I care the most about, though, for this footage is who is recording. Because it looks like it's in between like beams and pillars, like a narrow space. You see that? That right there scares me. That's what I care about the most. If I'm Jim, Mano, Davies, Fab, that's what I care about the most. That is some stab you in the back type shit. It's not 50 Cent. 50 Cent is not there in these guys' fucking building. It's not Cameron. Cameron is not nowhere near. As a matter of fact, speaking of Cameron, I got word from a very reliable Harlem source that the vibe seems to be that Cameron is scared to go to Harlem. Allegedly, of course. But anyway, it's not Cameron that's there recording this fucking footage, okay? This is somebody that it's below who you can trust. Below. Because when you record footage like this, if you're willing to sell it, hand it off. This really is a private situation. We got an issue going on here. Now, why you have this issue is a separate conversation of you guys are doing this build out. You guys are supposedly turning this into some big business where you got the clothes, the podcast, the barbershop, the content area, the studio. I love the idea, that consolidated building like that. I absolutely love the idea for these guys that are transitioning further and further away from music into other ventures, which is something that you need to do, not just with your careers as you age, but also with the new generation and the times. It's a content world right now. Okay, it's not really about you trying to sell me your latest album, Mano or Davies. I'm not buying your new album. You know what I'm saying? So but I'm checking for your podcast. So somebody that's willing to record this and whether hold on to it or expose it or get in the hands of a Cameron or 50 Cent is so much of a fucking backstabber. You need to identify this person who is in a building and is not in that footage. You can't see the faces from here. But if you're in that building and you know everybody that's around you, you could look at this video, see those outfits and be like, okay, that's Tim, that's Kevin, that's Roger, that's Tim. You know who's who. This person right here, they kind of need their ass whooped. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't trying to provoke violence. But to put that shit in somebody's hands like this. But anyway, I think that's the foulest piece. Let's go to Jim Jones's page. The thing about 50 Cent, and if you're not smart, you miss it. If you're not smart, you miss it from like a Jim Jones. 50 Cent does things to people. He activates these petty levels, right? And he forces you to be hurt by him. He forces you to make them talking points yourself. It forces you to have to confront them because of his platform. How you confront them, sometimes you could try to expose the person back and say, that's fake, that's bullshit news, or let me show you something about him. You could divert and say, let's talk about your girlfriend that was on the stand, allegedly, or your baby mama. That's on. You could go that route. Jim Jones has taken the comical, let me own it type of route, right? But in doing so, what he's showing is, I don't want to say hardships, because when you're busting moves, you're busting moves. Like if I had all this shit on my gram, I want you guys to praise it, like shout it out as actual work and being fucking productive in life. But you're Jim Jones, right? So all these videos here of you now having to walk people around the studio and show them the build out process after 50 Cent started to expose you, he's half exposing himself, which is why that footage now, the lights being off, coming out now, the timing works. So this one where he's blowing cold smoke and walking people around where it seems to be a freezing ass place after 50 and Cam was talking about, yo, is the heat off in there?
Since I'm starting the year off at the top of your Explorer, are you not entertained?
Smoke coming out of his mouth when he talks. That's too cold. All right. You got this one.
So saying, since the cat's out the bag, might as well show you the process.
By the way, Jim, all these, I've been in a lot of build outs. I've been in a lot of places that were under construction. I've built out businesses from the core like this to the point where you have to cut into the concrete and run new water lines. I've been there. All this drywalling, wires hanging, beams exposed, flooring not down. For a space that looks to be thousands of square feet based on his walk around, this is a lot of work that's still left, which is a lot of money. And that's cool. That's cool. Because if you got it, you got it. By the way, I like that jacket. It's a Pele. I like that jacket. But if you got it, you got it. I just want to play that for that. But then when you start doing these videos to now say I have to own it because 50 Cent is already exposing me.
First day of my new job, sometimes you just gotta get your hands dirty yourself. You heard?
I agree.
I will be doing construction.
I agree. I haven't seen Fab or Dave East or Mano put one of these videos up yet. I would love to see Fab put one of these bitches up. Fab does not look like a motherfucker that knows how to do manual construction and labor, right? Jim actually does look like a nigga that will walk up in there with some tips and some Carhartts and do this type of shit. Fab looks like his nails is too manicured. But I'm just saying, and this is very dangerous work as well. Hold on.
I thought I was playing games about this construction we building right now. We building a platform for this beautiful LED wall that we have inside of the sound stage. You heard?
Sound stage.
Sometimes you gotta get your hands dirty yourself. We working on it.
Sometimes you gotta get your hands dirty yourself. Okay, I mean, I'm not gonna say you did it for the camera. The little cut right there, very dangerous. He didn't notice people. The reason why we know Jim Jones doesn't know what the fuck he's doing in this video is because he doesn't have any eye protection on. You don't do this type of work without the plastic, rubber goggles on or whatever. So that's for the camera. But the work that you're showing that you're doing and how long the process takes and all that, all it's gonna look like a nigga like 50 who dissed Rick Ross for cutting his own grass. Rick Ross has all them acres at that crib, right? When he was out there on his lawnmower, 50 said you're cutting your own grass, you're saving money. 50 said, when you got money, you look, you see little things like that. Like, wait a minute, wait, he's cutting his own grass. What does that mean? What does that mean? They do it to Mayweather, he does it to Rick Ross, he's gonna do it to Jim Jones, same thing. They'll say it here. You got this big establishment, you're balling out of control. Why are you doing the actual construction work yourself? That's a 50 Cent ass nigga. But Jim Jones had to respond like that to 50's wave, you know? So interesting. In closure, I say shout out to Jim Jones. I love to see the hard work and development. And shout out to the rest of those guys too, whether they're there with you getting their hands dirty or not. Shout out to all four of y'all. But the lights off video conveniently comes out at a time like this after you guys do the Heat thing, and which was even after supposedly the whole $200,000 to the landlord because that audio dropped. I don't like the pressure that he's applying to these guys just trying to be successful. 50, you know, he's got these guys on their fucking heels, and you got to keep up with the money at the same time too with build-outs like this. So more importantly, identify that snake that recorded that video. That's the most important piece to me. Identify that person. All right, let's go over to the rat world, the snitching world, what we are all so infatuated with and talk about every damn day because y'all give us these type of news headlines, whether it's coming from a space of hip hop, the mafia world, the battle rap world. We're all entertained by it, right? But Finesse 2 times, man, he went off. So recently, Finesse was arrested, right? Him and his girl, the girl, what's her name? Sugar, whatever her name is, that he been streaming, snapping on stream with and fake playing video games for the last month, right? They supposedly get arrested, I believe, for drugs. He says it himself, right? Then he says some weed, some pills, or whatever. At the time of him speaking out, which I believe the video started going around yesterday, his girl was still waiting for a bond. He did say something. He's like, when they go talk to her, then she's gonna get a bond. Talk to her about what? Like, he said it. I don't know. I don't know what that meant. But anyway, he snaps on a couple people in this one, and everybody can read between the lines. We know exactly who he's talking about. Young Thug, Lil Baby, 21 Savage, right?
Where Suge got a warrant, man. Suge had a federal hold, man. Suge got a federal hold. They violated Suge for Suge had a warrant. She had some weed on her, a little weed on her. I had some weed on me too. And they got.
Should he be saying all of that? There goes, you don't got no defense now saying wasn't mine, right? Like, damn, I was a rental car, I was in there when I got there. Leave your lawyers with some option. Shit. Yo, who said that joke? Was it Dave Chappelle? Yeah, it was Dave Chappelle when he was talking about R. Kelly and the videos and whatnot with the minors, right? And he was like on the video with the girl. I'm still gonna say allegedly, right? Dave Chappelle's doing a whole skit like when you're in that video, at least on camera, you're supposed to say certain things. He said, y'all out there talking about this young P or whatever, blah, blah. Give your lawyers something to work with here. Like, it's like pre-thinking, like, for worst case scenario. It's like if we get in trouble, like the contingency plan type of stuff that we've heard recently, or a plan fucking B. You know, if you know you breaking the law, if you know you doing wrong, leave some space there at least for your lawyer to be able to take this route. Finesse 2 times is getting on these fucking cameras and these lives every fucking day and stuff like that. His lawyer does not want him to say. These are street niggas, right? Now, maybe he thinks, oh, this is a little humbug. It's just some weed and some pills. No, you don't want to get in trouble for nothing. And it stacks up on you. Because at the end of the fucking day, the more convictions that you have, now, if you go catch something more serious, like a federal gun charge or something like that, they're still looking at your back history when it's time for you to go for bail, when it's time for you to face sentencing, all your back history comes up. And these idiots get on camera and convict themselves before they go to trial. Yeah, I had me some weed, I had me some pills, and shut the fuck up. Shut up. It's impossible. Take these motherfuckers' cameras.
They got me for an ounce of weed and 4 pills. So that's what's going on, man. Quit letting these folks tell y'all all this old lame ass shit, man. I got caught with an ounce of weed and 4 pills. You bitches don't think I'm supposed to make bond? Man, you niggas don't like me, don't you, man?
So what it's implying there is people that probably jumping around saying, how is you out? How'd you get bail? How'd you get bond? You was just in jail recently. You got all this back stuff on your jacket. You got all these priors and all. So that's probably what he's responding to right now. And that's another reason why he just said what he shouldn't have been saying on camera, because he's trying to make it sound like the stuff that I got caught up was so light. Why can't I get bail for that? You guys want me to be a snitch so bad.
Man, you bitches don't like me, man. But guess what? Suge's finna come on too. Cause on her federal hold, she got a bond on it. All they gotta do is come talk to her first. They gotta come talk to her first. When they come talk to her, the bond gonna be active, and then I'll be able to make the bond. I'm finna have to spend about 30 getting Suge out, but she coming home. I ain't studying this shit. We seeing your paperwork. Man, you ain't saying, nigga, fuck you in that paperwork, nigga. Suck my dick. Fuck you talking about some paperwork, nigga. Suck my motherfucking meat 10.5 inches, bitch. Fuck you. Fuck you talking about some paperwork, nigga. A nigga seen your brother paperwork, nigga. A nigga seen your cousin paperwork. I be sick of you nigga talking about snitches and y'all be right there next to them. Y'all be throwing me off with that shit. Y'all be throwing me the fuck off with that shit. All you street niggas, you gangsters, and all you niggas. Y'all niggas be quick to holler a nigga the police and be sitting right next to the police. Your partner be the police the whole time. And you be knowing the same way Young Thug and them knew Garner was the police and still hung with them. And then they still call other niggas the police. Y'all niggas weird. Nigga bitches. And I said what I said. Nigga. And it don't now nigga like me, nigga. Get it like Mike Tyson got his motherfucking knee championship belt, nigga. Fuck you talking about, nigga. Come get it how Holyfield got his motherfucking knee championship, boy. I don't give a fuck about you. I don't care nothing about no thug, no man. I don't mind. Listen, niggas run with rats, but call another nigga a rat. Man, fuck you niggas. Suck my dick. The whole 10.5 inches and 2.5 wide.
He didn't have to say Thug's name there, right? I mean, we all know who he's talking about, but did you have to say Thug at the end? Finesse clearly does the crash things when he's on the internet, on the stream. Sometimes he's allegedly high and a little bit out of it, but it is what it is. That shit threw him over the edge. The snitch accusations coming his way and people playing with him online. He reads a comment while he's live and then he snaps. It's that easy to get you to snap. Cool. But no lies detected. That's one thing we got to do over here. Look, I'm not a fan of Finesse on these streams some of this shit is entertaining and we're going to cover it. Hey, it is what it is. You want to play around on the internet all day, we're going to talk about it. But as much as I don't like how he carries himself on a lot of these streams, it's like the 6ix9ine thing. It's just like nobody's supposed to fuck with the guy. 6ix9ine, right? But sometimes he's getting on these cameras and he's talking a lot of fucking truth. You know, and we have to be solid enough to do our best job at deciphering, like, another bullshit moment. He's not really playing video games versus, what he just said was a fact. We got to do it. We got to do it because what he said is very, very true. When 21 dropped those tweets, what did we stream the very next morning, people? We came up here and I said, he's going to regret saying that shit. Why did he say that? He just exposed himself. We already see you guys olive branching each other and trying to clean us up and fuck the streets and all of it. We see what's going on. Fine, do what you do. You're already going to get hell for that because you guys are all street niggas, got money out of the street, rap about it, live it, act it, all this type of stuff, right? But when he tweeted, yo, Thug, we knew Gunna was a rat from the past. And we swept it under the rug for you. One of the worst tweets. It's like easy saying that thing about like, I'm gonna have my security guard start coming to these events because you know how his why that's so bad, people. If I didn't make it more clear from yesterday, if it hasn't been clear already with other people that's talking about it. battle rappers, let me go there for one quick second. Battle rappers talk about events 95+% of the time when it's about confronting each other. Okay? Like you see battle, they blame bloggers for that. Bloggers, you talk all this shit on camera and you ain't never gonna come to an event. You've seen battle rappers threaten each other a million times. You're gonna come to the event, come to the next event. I never seen you at an RBE event. I never seen you at a URL event. I never seen you at a Battle Academy event affiliate. They say the events because that's the common place where all these people come. All right. The battle rap event, right? They say it all the time. So for a street battle rapper to come on camera and say, I'm going to be at these events, I'm bringing my security and I'm paying them to do something to you because I have a problem with you, it's like contradictory. Okay. It's contradictory. Same thing here where the 21 Savage and the Young Thug and the little, it's just so crazy that 21 actually thought tweeting that was not going to be something that him and his people would have to wear going forward. And I'm not trying to say wear it like we got to hate you, despise you, never listen to your music again, nothing like that. But if you give people enough time, eventually, one way or another, they will show you who they are. They will. You know, I'm very, very proud that my blogs from 13, 14 years ago sound very similar to my blogs today. I'm proud of that. I think actually I'm reverse because people get tougher, more gangster with their money and their connections and their popularity and their fame growing. I've went the opposite direction. The more popular I got, the more older I've, because it's the getting older thing and appreciating life more and more and more with maturity, I've calmed down more. I'm way more aggressive in some of my early year blogs. I watched some of this shit, like I had to stand on all that. That's why I'm one of the few people that actually had to get active in this shit and putting hands on each other and all that. All these motherfuckers that talk, 90+% of battle rappers ain't been in no battle rap related fight. The league owner has by himself out there, out the country. And in other situations that I don't really want to talk about neither, with hands is getting put on people, straps are getting pulled, and niggas getting back down and all this type of shit. The league on it all. And I've been calm as I'm cool. I'm the guy that says, come sit with me at the square table. 21. This is all relevant. Come sit with me at the square table. I tweeted a couple months ago where I said, being a square is so much easier. You don't have to uphold this whole gangster thing. Don't confuse being a square for being a sucker. Whole nother conversation. But being a square, being a law-abiding, tax-paying citizen that doesn't want to claim to be into none of that. It's so much easier because you don't have to act something that you're not. You don't. So when you guys are selling me on snitch this, rat this, turncoat that, fuck all these rats, pussy ass nigga, blah, 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 blah. And then you have the nerve to pick up your fucking ex and tweet, we knew he was a rat, but we swept it under the rug. You're not allowed to tweet that. I am. It's crazy. So for Finesse here, I hate his fucking ridiculous live rants a lot. But no lies detected. None. They have to wear that. And the sad thing is, a Finesse could be on one of his ridiculous rants and use it to deflect because they were talking about him. Why y'all don't bond? Why y'all don't bail? All you have to do is say, there's just some weed and some pills, man. They let me out. Or they gave me a bail. I got trial coming up. I'm still facing a year. That's all you have to say. He didn't have to say, yo, call me a rat, insinuate I'm a rat. What about you motherfuckers that's sitting right next to the police, knowing that they're a rat, sweeping under the rug? We know that already. You know, last but not least, that's one thing that Finesse is doing too. He's making himself a liability. Yeah, that's a good closer for this topic right here. He's making himself a liability. Not just like in the streets, right? Let's say he's the super gangster. He's always talking about, come get it like Holyfield got his. He said in that one, right? Let's say he's the most gangster. He could beat everybody up. He could kill everybody. He got the ups and the drop on everybody. Let's remove the street factor at a business level. Becoming a liability. At the end of the day, relationships and your network does matter. And if you can't even be trusted to have enough political correctness to not just kick at people or diss people when you got a camera in front of you or when you got your own camera in front of you, right? You become a detriment to labels and relationships and features, and because these people close doors on each other all the time. They blackball each other, artists. You into it with Jay-Z, you into it with, like, maybe Dame thinks that he's been black, you know, you into it with this person, then you get no features from these people over here. You into it with Khaled, then maybe Fat Joe and French Montana and Rick Ross and Drake, maybe, and all these people. You into it with Doechii. You know, you got Top Dog, you got Glasses Malone, you got Kendrick side of that. You know, that's how it goes. And you couldn't handle your own comments there of people fucking with you. And then you just snapped on thugging these niggas. Now, even though you're telling the truth, you just don't need to. You know, so the people gotta look at you like a liability. Like, do I gotta wake up to him in these crazy headlines every morning when I'm out here trying to sell a product? That's not good. Last but not least, these people have fan bases that might buy your product as well. And you see how split people are. The Drake and the Kendrick one is the most classic example of splitting people. It literally made people dislike each other. Literally. It's like some fucking Yankees and Boston shit. You know what I'm saying? It was that level of vibe outside. You know, it's supposed to be hip hop, but it just divided the fuck out of people. All right. Young Thug, 21 Savage, Lil Baby, hate them, love them, right, wrong, told, didn't tell, endorse snitches, whatever. They still have fan bases. All these people have core fan bases. You're going to turn them off for no reason, simply because you couldn't handle people in your live chat, somewhere that you go every fucking day saying, yo, why are you home? You know, that's the real important, sorry, it's true one there for Finesse as well. But I don't think he can control it. You can see it. It's him. It's just him, you know? So our entertainment. All right. Let's do our follow-up. There was some layers to that take, right? I didn't expect that. Let's follow up to yesterday. Anton Daniels addresses his feud with comedian Corey Holcolm on 5150 show. The source is the Millionaire Morning Show with Anton Daniels via YouTube. Shout out to y'all. All right, I want to see what he's talking about, because it was an interesting breakdown that we did yesterday.
Free media says, thank you for standing tall for black conservative men. Oh yeah, they think we pussy. They think that just because we Republican and we conservative that we pussy. Black people supposed to be conservative and Republican. That's our original party. The original party for black people were Republican. We were conservative. Let me help y'all to understand something. For everybody that's on this pro-black shit, that's on this Democrat liberal plantation, black people are conservative. Our core, your ancestors, your mother, your father, your grandfather, they are conservative. Republican was our party. That was our thing. They hijacked our party by giving us all of this shit to help us break up our families and tethered us to the federal government. That's why they gave you food stamps. We were stronger without that shit. They gave you family court law and told you to break up your family. They fucked up our communities and then they poured drugs in it. And that's how we became dependent on the federal government.
There's truth factors there. There is truth factors there. And those are very, very deep conversations that Anton does on his channel a lot. We do them sometimes over here. You know, we've had some situations, especially based around like race or racism, where I've gotten very passionate, and we went there. You know, we keep things a little bit more entertainment than political, but the history of some of the stuff that he's saying, there's absolute elements there that were pushed by the powers that be, the government, and this great old country of ours. The food stamp one was always very interesting to me, because I remember having some epic debates over my lifetime about food stamps. Some of us grew up on them. I didn't grow up on food stamps. You know, my mother did not have food stamps. My mom's worked at, how old was I? I might have been in my mid-teens. My mother was making like upper 40s and like lower $50,000 a year, something like that, which was great, great money for a single black woman going back and forth to work every fucking day on her own, supporting the child. And I always was proud of my moms for that. Now, you got some friends around, their circumstances are a little bit different. Maybe their moms or their pops don't have a good job, or you know what I'm saying? And maybe they have food stamps or little things like the lunch line. My lunch isn't free. Some of my friends' lunch is free. My tickets for lunch say reduced, meaning I still got to pay something, maybe a 75 cent. But your ticket, your lunch ticket that you're given based on the amount of money that your parents make, your household makes, is free. Same thing with bus passes. My bus pass was always reduced. I never had the free bus pass that was given to me from the school. I always had a free bus pass, but it's never given to me. It's never given to me from the school. We used to cut them and have certain wallets to so we could tape them on top of each other, make it look free, do all types of shit so I can get on that fucking bus, flash I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Today's kids different. We was something. But anyway, because my mother had that type of salary, she's once again single black woman, but even still much more than let's say somebody that's Section 8, that's getting free lunch and welfare cheese or food stamps and all that. Fast forward, me not having to go to the store with food stamps, did I frown down at people that had food stamps and when I got a little bit older? No, because you understand people have different circumstances. I might go to my homeboy's crib right here. His circumstances are different than mine. I might pull up on Van Pelt. My man Ryan, he got a townhouse. You might go up the block a little bit more to Shata, and him and his mom's is in an apartment. And his, you know what I'm saying? Or now I might walk up to the harbor, and my man AB is talking to me outside of the fucking window gates. You know what I'm saying? Because he lives in the P's, and I'm screaming up to the window, just like the Cameron in the Jim Jones video. Yo, what up? What we doing? We going to the big park or the small park to play ball today? Real shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying names for a reason. Everybody's circumstances is a little bit different. Me, I'm living on the second floor of my aunt's crib, rest in peace, until my mom's is able to get her own place. You know what I'm saying? To the point where they're coming upstairs, y'all walking and running and dancing too loud. Sorry. Everybody's living circumstances is different. So when you get to a certain level of understanding of where these parents were, because the classic Gilly quote, if you grew up in the projects, that means that, it's not something to gloat about. It means that your parents didn't have it. That's where they had to raise you. Some people get up and get out. Some people are proud of it. And that's going to lead me into the point that I'm making about food stamps and welfare. It's the people that seek comfort and laziness in it that destroys us, that gives us bad stereotypes, that hurts the economy, that hurts taxpayers, that gives us the negative connotations that people like Anton, I feel like, is talking about from a higher level right now. And we just talk about just blanket welfare or food stamps, right? Some of these people need the help. Some of these people have 3, 4, 5 kids, no father locked up, not there, whatever. They need the help. Other people, we played a video of that a week or two ago, right? That stupid ass, I'll call her a bitch. That stupid ass bitch that did that clip that went viral. And she was gloating and bragging, oh, you mad that my rent is only $28? Ha ha. And she got her ass investigated. And then she did streams after that crying and complaining, yo, told on me, I lost my $28 rent. Yeah, you deserved it. You deserved it. Those are the dangers of it, where it's just go to work for what? I'm just going to figure out how I can get my ass on this public assistance and get a rent for $28. Why should I go to work? I don't fuck with them people, and neither should y'all. Those are the people that hurt us. All right. And then when they do the stats up in these big office and the demographic be like, oh, 68% of the people that are possibly manipulating the system or getting this government assistance are brown skin colored. Then the numbers start to give, rest in peace, no disrespect to Charlie Kirk's of the world, empowering speeches that have even number. Shit run. Let me chill. Fuck around, get me in trouble.
We are not liberal. We are not Democrats. We are not liberal and we are not Democrats. Stop letting these niggas tell you what you don't. I'm telling you, do your research. We are conservative. We stand tall on that shit. We don't need no handouts from the fucking federal government. And we don't fuck with all of this liberal and this Democrat nonsense. Stop letting these niggas laugh in your face. When I told Corey to that face, he giggled like a little schoolgirl because he don't know shit. The nigga tell jokes for a living. He don't know shit. He tells jokes. He's the court jester. Stop looking up to these niggas that don't know shit. We are not liberal. We are not the party of gay people. We do not fuck with illegal migrants coming into the country and taking what our ancestors died for. I told the nigga it's disrespectful that we got less than 20% voter turnout rate and we need to be more involved in our local communities. And the nigga giggled like a schoolgirl. Man, what the fuck y'all talking about? This nigga don't know shit. If he not talking about somebody, he don't have no content.
A lot of us don't.
Y'all niggas keep following these cornball ass niggas that's leading y'all into the mire. They a distraction. They're a distraction. That's it. They not telling you the truth. And that's what I wanted to say to him because before we got derailed. No, you do the easy shit. You pander. Y'all panda bears. I say the uncomfortable shit that I know that the majority of people is going to feel some type of way about it, but it don't matter because the truth is the truth. It's not my truth. It's not your truth. It's not how I feel. It's the truth. We are not a gay liberal people. Stop following these white people, these liberal white people, these white men and white women that's out here protesting for Somalis. We don't even fuck with these niggas. They advocating for a group of people and they using you as a poster child. That's how they pass through this diversity, equity, inclusion bullshit and feminism. And they use black women as a poster child for it in order to get themselves through. White women are now considered a minority because they're a woman and they use black women for it. They hijack the civil rights.
Is that true? Ladies in the chat. Ladies in the chat. Shout out to Jay with the super chat. Well, I didn't know this was going to be such an interesting one for us. YT people get the most government assistance, but they try to make black people the face. I wonder why. Sarcasm. I'm with you. That's where things like stereotypes come from. When I got into like that 60%, I don't even want to pull up the real numbers, but I'm with you, Jay. Totally with you there. But ladies, do y'all feel like white women are the minorities now? Let's just talk about just for women, just women. Is that y'all vibe out there, ladies? That white women are the minority now? Thank you, Wavy, for the 5 membership gifts on the channel, man. I appreciate you, G. A lot more members only content on the way. Oh, really? This is the vibe? So shout out to highly favored blessed warrior says definitely yes they are. Okay, Sassy says they've been using black women the face knowing it's a white women rescue. Okay. What's this one? White women have always been a minority. What is y'all definition of minority? The lesser group, the smaller group, the people that go left, the rare breeds, the brown skin colored, all of the above together. What is y'all definition of minority? White women are the largest ethnic group in the USA. Jay says DEI is for YT and Asians, not black women. Supposed to be the lesser group is your definition. If it's supposed to be the lesser group, white women in America, and if that's how we're going to categorize a minority based on these two gentlemen's debate, Corey and Anton, then how does that coincide with the big piece of the debate before things went left of Anton? No, I'm sorry, not Anton. Corey accusing Anton of pandering by not going after white people as much as he does black people, which would obviously be inclusive of white women who y'all are now saying is a minority. He's saying, remember, he was saying, we watched it yesterday, you're scared to go at them because you're bosses. And then Anton said, I don't have a boss, but everybody has a boss in respect to where you're getting your check cut from, pretty much. Okay. Like you could say, I own my own content. I own this Content Masters right now, but YouTube is still a boss of this channel. You know what I'm saying? So that's a little hazy for their debate then, as far as who we're calling as being a minority. Let me continue.
Rights movement in order to push through feminism. They gave you Obama. He gave you a gay agenda. And then they said diversity, equity, and inclusion. Now they say brown and black. That's why I don't identify with that construct. But see, he not ready for this type of conversation. So he did go like a schoolgirl because I was about to school that nigga. He changed the subject because he was out of his element. He was in deep water. The nigga was swimming in the ocean with sharks and he was about to get destroyed. That's why comedians pivot, because they do not want to have a conversation with niggas that's smarter than them. Because instead of you saying, let me learn something, because I was about to learn a nigga. Let me learn something. Let me learn you, nigga. I started quoting Emancipation Proclamation, talking about Abraham Lincoln and how he was Republican and the freedom of black people. 14th Amendment. I'm about to dig into this nigga. Like, oh, okay, well, we really about to get into some shit. You really want to talk now, huh? You really want to talk about the history of our party, the transatlantic slave trade, the truth about slavery, all of this shit. He don't want to dig into that shit. Y'all don't want to hear that shit. Y'all want to be pandered to. You want to tether yourself to the federal government so they can tell you what the fuck to do. We got all black cities, majority black cities, Memphis, Detroit. All of these cities is our cities, ran by us, the police chief, the superintendents, the people that run the public schools, the mayors, everything. And we got a less than 20% voter turnout rate. We letting everybody else tell us what to do in our own cities. Fuck the national election, nigga. You can control what happened right under your feet. Paying property taxes, letting Chicago rip y'all off and push y'all off y'all property. That's why they call it Crook County. Nigga, they got Brandon Johnson in there posturing for y'all, making y'all feel like he doing something because you want a nigga that look like you instead of a nigga that's going to give you an opportunity to run up a bag so you can change the trajectory of your children's future. Fucking up your family, fucking up your money, tethering you with all of these student loans and you going to their universities. Nigga, HBCUs wasn't even founded by black people. The fuck you focus on a piece of paper. You looking for affirmation for a group of people. Nigga, Spelman wasn't even founded by a black person. Gave that to their daughter to make themselves feel good about you so you can give you something. I'm going to help these niggas. You don't need no help, nigga. We survivors. We winners. The only way that they keep you down is by keeping you ignorant, and they keep you distracted with niggas like Corey Holcolm. That's why they don't want to give me a platform, because I'm not controlled by nobody. I say what the fuck I want to say.
Interesting, very, very interesting comments in the chat. I love the opportunities where I can let you guys carry so much of the debate, because you know I'm up here for the takes, people. I got y'all. I hold y'all down, but y'all are really going in the chat. Very interesting topic, which also shows me that we are very interactive and we enjoy more of these type of topics. And I shall bring more of those to the streams for us. Because you see, I had to, by the time I said Charlie Kirk, I had to chill. I said, let me get off there. I gotta cut myself sometimes. Like, man, listen, let me stop before I get us in trouble. But these are extremely interesting conversations. And I love the ability to have these type of conversations. There are certain things that I talk about on stream I would never talk about in my regular life. And I like the ability to do all types of topics that as far as relevance to my passion. And especially if you guys are passionate about them as well. Okay, cool. Okay. All right, we'll leave it alone. Let's move on. That was his response. Oh, it feels so whack now to go so ignorant. I feel like we were at a such higher intellectual level. Now I got to bring us down here because I have it organized in the stream next. I hate the next topic now. Disclaimer. Fucking disclaimer, man. We are getting back down to the means nothing for the world. At least I could identify it. Okay. It was news yesterday, so I feel so shitty now. Gucci Man and Govan. All right. Hernandez Govan. Remember who Govan was, right? Govan, I thought he was going to be cooked and he beat his case. He was alleged to be one of the in-between proxy people in regards to shooters in Young Dolph's shooting at that cookie store that allegedly proxied money between the shooters and I believe Big Jook, Yo Gotti's brother, who is now deceased. Rest in peace, right? But he beat his case. And then after that, he did a interview tour, popped up on Vlad and a bunch of interviews, and we thought his 15 minutes of fame was over. And he's popping up here again. Hernandez Govan with a message for Gucci Man.
Hey, I don't know who need to hear this, man, but no, I'm lying. Hey, Gucci man, LaFleur, you went and signed 100 nigga from Memphis, Tennessee to try to antagonize Gotti all because he fucked your wife. Then you dropped them little niggas and kept Pooh and not Gotti and took Pooh shiesty from you. How I feel to have a Memphis nigga, man, take your wife and your #1 artist? You gotta tighten up, Gucci. All that goofy shit you were doing. Signing 100 nigga from Memphis, Tennessee. You ain't never heard them nigga mixtape. Just signing a nigga trying to antagonize a nigga. And you know we know about the other little shit that just happened too. Yeah, we're gonna run that later on though, Gucci. She real shiesty around here, I see. Hey, y'all pray for Gucci. Hey, Gucci LaFleur, you know I grew up around my granddad and them, bro. They say when you get married, man, you supposed to always keep your wedding ring on. Always keep your wedding. Damn, my bad, Gucci. You don't know where yours is. Hey, I don't know who need to hear this, man, but
I didn't play the whole thing, so now that I'm up to speed and coming off of the last topic, that was the question is like Jadakiss, why? Why? Like, what's your issue with Gucci? What's the point of doing a video and getting into all these platforms? Like, if we're going to hear you out and listen to you, it's about why Gucci Man isn't wearing his ring. What are you trying to suggest? Yeah, it's a situation with his wife. Okay. Fucking man don't. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody else slept with his girl before him, hopefully, whatever. Whether it was Yo Gotti or whoever. There's a lot of overlapping coincidences. And I've been with you and you've been with this in the industry. Like, you know, it seemed like this woman held him down times 10 while he was away, which is why he married her, right? And every time I see him out and about, this new Gucci, right, ever since he cleaned up his act, the clone Gucci, she's been right next to him, empowering him, helping him be the best that he could be. I don't got nothing bad to say about this man and wife, right? If their home is intact, who the fuck are we? So I don't know what we just played and what the point is for Govan here. It brings Pooh Shiesty's name into shit. All right. Gucci Man doesn't have the greatest track record as far as people that he signed. And let this person go, let that person go. A lot of people end up in bad situations. Could be coincidence, could be some things business related, whatever. It's the music industry, okay? I don't trust my shit with Gucci Man to go as pristine as I do with Rock Nation. It's the music industry. All right? Like, you choose to do it after you watch all. It's like there's people out here that's still gonna sign a Locks deal after watching what the Locks went through. Like, what do you want me to do for you at this point? Okay, like it's all been there in the public for you. What the fuck? So I don't get it. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this here. That's the only take I got for you. Shout out to Govan. You know, you made headlines all over the place for this Gucci wedding ring and Pooh Shiesty and Memphis rapper signing take you have. And I just don't know what to do with it. I don't care about it right now. Let it develop more. All right. Be Magic, front and center, sir. Be Magic went again. So this whole Discworld thing that's going on between the battle rappers, it's fire. I don't want it to get. How do we avoid the Discworld in battle rap from getting watered down? How do we avoid that? One way is for it to be relatable circumstances. relatable circumstances, which gets undercut by the fact that it's all supposed to just be competition. I'm better than you, right? Which means that you can justify anybody at any time, right? So it's a contradiction. But the relevance of the situation is always going to propel it and give it substance. Like, these two people never liked each other. Diss tracks. These people don't had a fallout. These people couldn't battle on stage. You know what I'm saying? That gives it relevance. One thing that I think might be cool to see people, because we don't want a floodgate of 20 people, and I'm not saying this for B Magic, but I'm seeing the tide turn out there a little bit as far as people starting to go, And when people, let me take this down for a second. People start to get tired of something when it's not managed properly. Okay? This whole diss track thing, if you go back 4 or 5 days ago, it was on fire. And a couple days later, people is bitching. We're not managing it right, people. Battle artists, you guys at the forefront of it, okay? Don't be scared to build it up. Send a tweet, do an interview, talk some shit about the person before you drop a diss track first. Let us understand why you're dissing them. That's okay. Cook it up a little bit, the same way we might want to see for some of our battles. If we got 30 people dissing Jay Mills at once, we can't keep up. We don't understand the relevancy why, and a lot of that shit is supposed to drop off. Like, you know? I can say with honesty, I don't even know the B Magic backstory. B Magic ends up with the full pass though, because he's B Magic. He's one of the greatest battle rappers in battle rap history. Everybody else now that's cooking up, and I'm seeing tweeting and they want to get in on the action or whatever. Make the situation a little bit relevant for us, please, because then we're just all going to be turned off by this. You're going to drop something, and instead of us saying, "Oh, good beat, good raps, good this," we're going to say, "Why are you here?" You don't want that. You don't want that, people. Just some advice for everybody that wants to get in on the battle on beat wave. Just some advice, all right? Now, B Magic, he dropped his second joint, and let's see how it went. His first one I liked. I liked the beat. I liked the editing and the video, and B Magic was flowing on it. Everybody always says B Magic's always had one of the best flows in battle rap, right?
One of the best to do this shit, nigga. But I have to get your balls up fucking with me, gang. None of that little shit you be talking to them other niggas, huh?
Well, how it do?
I gave a warning and these niggas scared. If it was war, I was kicking the nigga door and leave kitchens red. You must be mental or just into meds. Act to the fans to getting capped with a can like Winnipeg. If Jay Mills, then I'm feeling fed. Get fiends dog food and my dog food get mixed with lead. Don't give a fuck what a nigga said. Have niggas at the hospital, brain not working, he living dead. You get misled, bullets hit your head. I'm the godfather, I leave a horse head in a nigga bed. Tell A-Bird I spit his dreads. And son gang, hey, like the bitch who tried evicting Craig. It's Mills cool, I'll stop the hype. Learn how to block or catch a knot from right till they stop the fight. He looked like he fought Rocky twice. Niggas late, even my battle resume got a body type. You think you better, nigga, change issues. I let a 40 caliber little thing hit you and change tissues. Run out of bullets, then I change missiles. My 40 ain't got a sound and my 45 got the same whistle. Them choppers come out, I'm Dame Dizzle. It's a shame all of your tracks sound the same with a plain visual. Oh, Jay Mills, you brought a gang with you? Since you such a cool dude, all the mother niggas gon' hang with you. Yo, tell Mills who the show, I'm at your spot. That shit easy on the block, but I ain't going back to pots. I'm electrifying, have niggas dying with aftershock. The axe I used to cut from here to the nose from Ragnarok. Ooh, I'm acting a fool. Grab a Glock, turn that shit on Wacapella, let's see if it's whack or not. Lose a challenge on the beat is decreasing your battle props. If it's beef, then I call on my arm like Apple Watch. My boss gully, but my pen evil. Birds of a feather flock together is nothing better than twin eagles. A face shot leave your chin see-through. Fast and the furious, every whip attached to all of my Vince Diesel. A black hoodie trying to grim reap you. Birdman don't like you, still waiting to see Slim greet you. This Bushmaster will bend Regals. We don't speak on Tech 9, but round here the Mac 10 legal.
When he said we don't speak on Tech 9, he's talking about Tech 9 from battle rap. Visuals good. From what I was, my bad, I was caught up in listening so much at times I was looking away and I was in the music. But from what I'm looking at, visuals good. Here's the beat thing about the beat, the production of it. And this isn't, my disclaimer is it's more of a personal preference. I like this track production to either A, be a little bit more up tempo, or B, just be all out aggressive, you know? And it doesn't always have to be some I declare war aggressive, right? That's why I say even just the tempo of it. The tempo of this was it was more slowed down, and it's not as easy to get a vibe. And I'm listening to bars that's about dissing or competition, being competitive, going gladiator mode, when the production's vibe is taking me more like, all right, let me sit in front of the fireplace, you know? So that's a call out for me, you know? I heard him say Mill's name once, Jay Mill's name once. I didn't hear too many personals mixed in there, you know, as far as like target set, brrr, let's compete. You know, like when you listen to, I'll use the last one from Jay Mills, the No Iverson and Jack Boy. There's 100 bars in there of him dissing Jay Mills. I mean, dissing Jack Boy, you know? I didn't hear enough disses in this, B Magic. I would say overall, if I had to grade this on a scale of 1 to 10 as a diss track, just from the battle rap space, I'm going to go 6.5. It's solid. But I do think that when I think about all of Jay Mill's releases, all of DNA's releases, I take this over the First Goods release because people was just like, that's not even a diss. Most of Goods releases, Top Floor Loot joint. I got to compare this to the Jack Boy one. I got to listen to the Jack Boy one again, because I'm saying that this possibly could be my least favorite one of that whole mix of what's been going on lately. It could be my least favorite one, Magic, which means that you went backwards a little bit. Magic, you my nigga. You know how I mean? You rock, man. You know what I'm saying? You my nigga. So I'm just being real. You might have went backwards with this one a little bit. Let's go a little bit more up tempo, maybe. And let's get more directs in these verses. And not be Magic, but everybody. Here's another one for everybody going forward. As far as us not watering this shit down. Let's not get lazy where we're just shooting at everybody in the field. You know, let's pick a target. You know, pick a target. Like how Mills will say, I'm gonna give you a 1-rounder. Here you go. I'm gonna give you 3 rounds. Let's go. Let's do it. Focus. Like, I think it's cool to drop a track and it's like, fuck everybody. And whoever takes the bait or whichever one hits the hardest or whatever one's most relevant, those could go. Loot did that a little bit, you know, multiple people. But that could also come off a little lazy, right? With us fans, if we have to start paying attention to a lot of this at once, you know, pick a fight, promote a fight, engage a fight, set your targets on a fight. Give me a verse or multiple verses where it's, I'm talking to you, Verb, and here's why. I'm talking to you, Mills, and here's why. You know? Maybe I'm speaking from what I personal preference or how that song made. I don't know. Y'all let me know if y'all rock with me or not. I could be off. You know, I'm just one person with one take. But all right, let's move on. Shout out to Magic. I got Adin Ross, an exposure type of video that was put together. How many views does this thing have? So this is by Fantano. Dear Adin Ross, it's got 314,000 views. It was posted 2 days ago. How many subscribers does he have at this point? He has almost 2.05 million subscribers. Now, disclaimer with him is I don't know how much I'm supposed to pay attention to him. I don't watch his content. I don't follow him. I'm not subscribed to him. He doesn't even come across my YouTube algorithms because I don't watch his content. All right, YouTube, but even if you're not subscribed to people, they'll put content in front of you that you watch a lot. Like if you don't, you might see me pop up on your YouTube suggestions, even if you're not subscribed to the channel, because if you watch it, YouTube says, well, you watched this before. Maybe you want to see it again. Here's a new one. This guy never's on my wall. I never watch him. I never fell into his realm, number one. And number two, he doesn't do enough content I feel that is relevant to what we do over here. And number three, I thought, if I remember correctly, allegedly, he had some shit on him that he did. Didn't he do some racist shit? Right? Even your mustache is a little too close to me. Y'all know what I mean when I say that, right? I don't even want to say the word on camera, the name on camera. I don't even want to say it. Even your mustache a little too close to me. Yeah. But anyway, facts he did. Yeah, don't worry about who he is. You know what I'm saying? Facts he did. He did, right? I thought I remembered that. Yeah, we good on him. We don't need to know. But we do cover Adin. Want to know why we cover Adin, though? Even though I don't really rock with Adin. Adin is still within the hip-hop realm. You're going to come up, you're going to watch a stream. He's going to have 21 Savage on his stream. 6ix9ine on his stream. Whack 100 on his stream. Antonio Brown, like even some of the players that we cover, their lawsuits. Antonio Brown on his stream. Puka Nacua, one of the greatest wide receivers in the league right now, on his stream. He's going to be into it with Dochi and so forth and so on. So it makes sense for us to follow somebody of the stature and with the platform of Adin Ross, even though I don't really fuck with him. This guy. So I don't want to do the whole an enemy of my enemy thing. But I do like to stay well-versed on people that I already have a thing with to see if I'm proven right or wrong. Because if I keep looking at Adin and I say, there's a bunch of reasons why I don't really like the man that you are. And then I see an exposed video come out. I do want to see it to see if it's stuff I don't know about or if it was like, oh, no, I was right. Or maybe I was wrong. Maybe I could be reading the person wrong and the person needs another chance as far as how I view them. That happens. Maybe that happened with me. It's all good. I'm a human. But anyway, that's enough context for you guys.
Hey, what's up, Adin? How you doing? I'm good. Thanks for asking. I hope this email finds you well. We don't need to mince words. We don't need to go into backstory or anything like that. You know what I've said about you. I know what you've said about me. You seemed kind of upset, which I understand because you come across like the type of person who very much seeks validation from older men.
What's the biggest thing about you? What the big? You must have something huge about yourself. What's the biggest thing?
But we're not here to talk about that. What we're here to address is that you're not going to get away with sort of assassinating my character, dragging me down with you, and acting as if I'm a horrible, terrible human being. There's just one thing I need to point out to prove that isn't true. Because if I was like the worst person on the planet, if I was a hateful person, if I was somebody who was bigoted and misogynist, you would like me. You would think I'm awesome. You would be drawn toward me like a fly toward shit. For example, if I had a case with a 14-year-old child, you would want to do a song with me. If there were minutes of audio of me uploaded to God's internet, having conversations like this with a teenage boy.
So you told me that there's not another 15-year-old that you could bust out? Yo, bro. Dude, will you let me?
No.
Why not? Suppose he's like, yo, bro, listen, yo, you always wanted me to be next to you. Now I could be inside of you. Pause.
Yo, I'm not gay.
I would be your shoulder to cry on.
Oh my God, I'm so mad at. My PR was finally getting better. I had 2 deals lined up. Same with DD. I was talking to him. He lost both my deals. Oh God. Like, it's not even about the money. It's just because like I want to do it. It's like, damn, it was a big ad. It was a big deal.
If I was a sex trafficker, you would want to sniff my chair. If I was a greedy, weird, gambling spokesperson, you would do stream after stream after stream with me and even get rounded up with me in a couple lawsuits. Why not? If I was a high-powered politician on the Epstein list, you would probably use your platform to help me win an election. We good?
Oh, we're good. All right.
And if I was, let's say, a white supremacist, you would do even more streams with me. There would be hours of footage of you reacting to me very positively. Hell, we'd probably even be friends.
Another black thug that hates whites, ingrate. This should ship his ass to Africa.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Take your Hennessy.
Yeah.
And your Cavassier.
Everything Nick is saying right now is facts. If you have a problem, don't get out of my stream. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't know how many people are gonna have to say this, but I think Nick Fuentes is very funny, and I like a lot of shit that he says. I just got you understand? Like, there's something about it.
Hell yeah,
there's something about it, bro. Something about it.
The GOAT, dude. The GOAT.
There's literally footage of you allowing this man to gaslight you live on stream into believing that hate crimes and hate crime statistics against your own people are just made up.
I'm looking at these hate crimes by different religions, and anti-Jewish is number 1 with 683. Did you care to explain?
where you get that figure, what you actually find is that, one, a lot of hate crimes are hoaxes, like Jussie Smollett. That's a famous example. You can look into, there are a lot of these hate crimes where there'll be a Jewish cemetery or something like that, and it's a Jewish person that puts it there.
It's all about spreading love, and I'm all for it. So you just
absolutely
no hate at all, man. No hate at all.
Also, weren't you just defending FaZe Banks the other week?
Ricky, you're going backwards. Dude, there's nothing wrong with saying that. If you're saying it in a non-racist way with your friends and you're not doing it on stream and they're okay with you doing that, like, stop acting like streamers are perfect. People on the internet are perfect. No, that's not the case. And it's not about race.
So, no, Adin, I'm going to be real with you because, again, you're not going to gaslight me here. I know in my mind I'm nowhere near the piece of garbage that you typically hang out with because, again, if I was, we would be besties. You would come over here, get on your knees, let me fart in your mouth. And then afterwards, you would say, thank you, sir. May I have another? I would give you at least several chairs to sniff. I find your situation very, very sad, and I don't so much dislike you as much as I pity you, mostly because of clips like this.
I don't care about perception, bro. That's been cooked. You guys think the LG community is gonna like me? You guys think the deep feminists? They're gonna. There's nothing I can do. They're gonna hate me no matter what. I can't change that shit. Facts in the chat. They're gonna forever hate me because of the LG shit. They're gonna forever hate me because the Tate, the Trump, all that shit. So it's inevitable. I can't do anything about it. I'm cooked forever.
I'm sorry, I know this isn't very woke, but this is like the most shit I've ever seen in my life. If I was your dad, and I feel like you are seeking a daddy, if I was your dad and I saw this clip, I would give you a call out of concern.
Daddy, how many dad, bro? Come on, bro.
What's wrong, son? Are the feminists hurting your feelings again? You know, regardless of how they feel about you, you should still want to be a good boy. I know you can be a good boy. I know it's there inside of you. It's been there all along. You don't need to pal around with rats and traffickers and in order to be successful and be happy. You can trust your gut and just stop being a dirtbag. This isn't the way your mother and I raised you. Because here's the thing, Adin, you can paint me however you want to paint me on whatever stream, but the fact still remains, like, people are not on my ass in the way they are on yours. And that is because there is a real and tangible difference in the ways that you and I both operate in the world.
I'm not banned from LA, bro. I wish somebody would. I swear to God, I'm gonna go to LA. Nobody's gonna do shit to me.
Because, brother, you just got taxed by Crips. And while it is true, I've got a little bit of an enemies list too. I'm actually quite proud of the people who hate me most. If someone like this thought I was amazing and cool and one of the good ones and the homie, I would have to reassess my decisions, which hopefully right now at this point in this journey we call life, regardless of whatever emotional front you are putting up, I hope you're doing that. Because, again, getting taxed by Crips, bit of a rock bottom situation, which I hope and I pray you can learn from.
You can't do that.
Why can't
you thinking you popping and talking about that sister? I'm gonna what she said in the part. AD let you get away with it the first time. He should have f***ed you around and he didn't. Keep letting you get it off because they want to be cool with you. It's one thing to say, hey man, you know what? That lady ain't said your name, so you assume it. You finna start calling her out her name. I'm telling you right now, 7th Street Crit, not going for that.
I've already contacted police about that. I'm not a street rapper. Why don't these guys go slide on their ops? Go slide for their people and go after their ops.
Look, I don't need to do or say anything from here because, to be honest, if you continue on this path, God is going to sort it out. I feel like what just happened was like a little bit of a bump. But look, I'm going to leave it here. I know you got some taxes to pay. I know you've got some lawsuits to worry about. I don't want to take away too much of your focus from these bigger fish to fry. But look, when it's all over and maybe things calm down and you have gained some, I don't know, intelligence and maybe some experience from the situation, I'll be here if you ever want to talk. If you ever want to talk to somebody who's not trying to take advantage of you or trying to use your platform for clout or trying to get money from you. Look, I'll even follow you on Instagram. You can message me back and we can have a nice long conversation about not being an idiot. Until then, I hope you're well. I hope you're safe.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. He kind of dropped the throwback ARP blog on him. He kind of did. Well, I did enough context leading in. It just reaffirms Adin's history to me, you know? But what are you gonna do? Yeah, I'll leave it there. I got some stuff to my phone I gotta pull up too. This is real short, people. Just a follow-up. This says DThang arrested on firearms charges in Miami. I'm confused because this went up yesterday. The only reason why I'm confused, people, is at this point, I just can't keep up. It feels like 3 different arrests within the last, I don't know, 5 months. And at this point, I'm just like, I thought you were already in a lot of trouble. I thought you were already out on bond. You know, it's just, I don't know, man. I don't know. This guy's been a terror in Miami, allegedly, huh? Well, at least for bare minimum to himself. I wish the best for you, young man, but he continues to get into a lot of wild stuff. It seems. You know what? I will offer some light advice, right? Let's because it keeps getting in trouble in Miami. We see, right? If you went to Miami because let's say the drill scene in New York, it's never good to just stay where all your problems are, right? Like the person that survived it and became one of the GOATs and one of the greatest of all time is Chief Keef. Okay. That guy said, goodbye. You guys can have it. Y'all got it. Y'all, we're all killing each other right there. I'm not going to stay there. Whether I still want to rap about y'all or not, I'm going all the way over here. King Yella, what is it, Vegas? There's a lot of people surviving these drill environments by leaving. Even if you still cut like that, right? It could still follow you. King Von left Chicago, ended up dying in Atlanta and having cases in Atlanta. All right. Who you are is who you are. Ops is everywhere. Gangs is everywhere. But if he's left New York for some of those reasons, and then you get into Miami and you're unable to continue your career just as far as I'm putting out this music and I'm doing my numbers, I'm getting my bookings. If it's these continued alleged gun and drug situations, it just shows you're not doing well there either. You know, and you can't convince me that these guys are some charting rappers that we all need to just stay behind and keep watching because they just show us the reality of the shit. What I see on YouTube and in front of these cameras ain't shit. It ain't shit. The Instagram, I don't believe 90+% of you. Y'all be in bad situations, and that's why you continue to get into the same problems. Everybody's entitled to mistakes. Everybody could get caught up. I get arrested for some dumb shit. I end up in the supermarket today, get into it with some stupid ass person online. My morals and my pride could kick in, and I could end up getting arrested for an assault or stupid shit. It happens. We all make mistakes. The world is the world. But continuing to get in trouble and be a part of the same energies and the same things shows me that you don't have something else going on that's keeping you up. That's how I see it. You know, if the environment, if it's the environment, then you got to leave the environment. But then some people don't have the means to leave the environment. If it's the people, if it's the type of work, you got to be able to leave these things. But some people sometimes don't have the means to. You know, you can't convince me different. Some people just don't have it like that. And there's nothing wrong with that. But then I don't want to look at these videos and these views and believe that that's really what's going on. Y'all be in these downward spiraling scenarios that you guys are responsible for. And there's grown ass men and women too. So if you keep making the same mistake, I can't throw the sympathy card out. I just can't. All right. I'm going to stop by the super chats for a second. I got a couple text messages this morning though. At 8:35. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, around 8:35 a.m. or something like that. Am I reading my time? Hold on. Ill Will text me, says, is telling me I kiss a white man's ass not equivalent, if not worse, than SMD. Shout out to my guy Ill Will, the best battle rapper in the world, my homie. I'm going to assume that he texted me this. Maybe he's watching live right now. And this was during the Anton Daniels and the Corey Holcolm segment. That's what I'm assuming. So let me read one more time for the chat, Will. Is telling me I kiss a white man's ass not equivalent, if not worse, than SMD. I see why it becomes a question in the first place, right? It's the value that you place on the meaning of the deliverer. Okay? Here's an example why. The classic SMD that some people think is deadly, okay? It's based on the deliverer and based on the situation matters a lot. I'll use myself. If somebody gets in the chat right now, you're going to get blocked from the channel, but if somebody gets in the chat right now and says ARP SMD, do I feel like you need to die? Do I feel like I got to get my hands on you? Do I feel like I need to find out where you at and get to you, get next to you? I don't care that much. Whatever, block them on the channel. Have a good day. Have a good life. Let's never cross paths even digitally again. Have a good day. You don't like me. Cool. If you are standing in my face, not let me use that as a third example. If you are standing across the room, let's say we're at a club, and you're 50 yards from me, some way over the music, I can hear you screaming, "Suck my RBE, all you niggas over there in that section. I see you, suck my." I'm going to go into a mode of just being defensive. Spot him. I see him. And unless I leave or you leave, I got to pay attention to you all night. Am I going to stop what I'm doing, having a great time because somebody's trying to get under my skin at this point in life, where I'm at today? Could have been different if you caught me when I was 25 years old. At this point in life, am I going to stop what I'm doing, and walk over to your section? What's that shit you said? No, I'm not going to do that today. I'm not. I can't put that much value in you from across the room screaming SMD to all the shit I got going on. I got way too much going on, and too much that I'm responsible for other people as well as for me. And I have this thing called fatherhood that I'm so invested in. I got to tell myself at this point in my life, don't go over there. But the defensive side of me is, something bad could happen if you come over here. But those words is not going. Now, here's the third example, Will. If you're standing in my face or within arm's reach and you say that to me, I do have some morals and principles and some pride about me. And I do feel like you're saying it because you're trying to invoke that level of disrespect, which to me is dangerous within itself. You're going to get the reaction that you're looking for. Okay? So it's circumstances, who the person is, who the delivery person is, how it's happening, where you are at life, how you feel about how there's circumstances. Like, so I feel like there's a lot of things that's good once you get to certain places of understanding about life. It's not about where you are, success. It's about your understanding, your mentality, where you do allow variables. If you treat everything black and white, then you never give yourself the amount of options that you might need to save your own life or protect your own what's important to you. You have to give yourself variables where, once again, a variable. If you have no variables and you say SMD, it's, damn, I got to go find you now over the internet. No, variabilize it. Okay. Now, same thing now, if I use the whole way says you kiss a white man's ass, we'll ask. The deliverer and the context matters. Stephen A. Smith gets that shit every fucking day. He's going through it right now. He just had a video that dropped where he's literally explaining or answering why people say black people don't like him. Stephen A. Smith, yesterday I saw this video of him breaking down. I go to HBCUs and black college campuses and I donate this and I'm from this black fraternity. And he literally dropped this yesterday because people have historically called him an Uncle Tom almost his whole career. He's brought that on himself to a degree. But people saying that he kisses his bosses or the white man's ass. Should Stephen A. Smith feel more disrespected at that narrative or that recency of it coming his way than he should feel if another man is telling him, especially if it's in his face, suck my. There's elements to Stephen A. Smith that make him very aware. That's why he's the ultimate ladder climber. That make him very, very aware of how he can maintain and continue to move up because he completely identifies the power structures over him and he caters to them. There's sometimes Uncle Tom properties in that. Sometimes there's survival properties in that. Sometimes that's just playing the Matrix. Sometimes it's all the above. Knowing how to move in a room full of vultures type shit. This thing we call life and how we navigate it, not just north, south, east, west type of shit. It's complex as fuck. That's why I keep the Matrix up there. I believe in it, not from a scientific standpoint, just as far as it's all got to be decoded and understood at a very high level to move around and be successful, or else you really are on the hamster wheel and you really are just a part of that program. Go ahead and face deletion. We talking a little bit, but it can be very, very disrespectful to somebody that's not a Stephen A. Smith. Let's say me, I have no Uncle Tom in me. I understand how to cater to somebody that's above me, but that's not because he's white or black. That's just because I understand the structure above me. Okay. But let's say you're calling me something that I feel is really, really tugging on my pride or my morals as a man. You kissing a white man, you doing this, you doing that. If it's me, it's not as offensive. Because when you say SMD to me, I feel like you're trying to invoke a physical encounter, which is something I got to take near and dear, my physical being. When you're trying to call me Uncle Tom, if that shoe don't fit at all, I'm not Stephen A. Smith. If that shoe don't fit at all, how much weight can I put in it and give it that much power to then respond in a way or feel or carry an energy in a way where I feel that disrespected? When it's the last thing, it's like Verb. Verb said something about me that was disgusting. He said, word is you force battle rap women to be with you. I'm not saying that that's alongside R, you know what I'm saying? But it has elements and cousins into being called an artist. Now, I would never let Verb say that to me in my face, ever. There's going to be a reaction, right? Right here, back and forth or whatever. Did it look like it moved me, people? Did it look like it moved me? Because when something is the furthest from the truth, it don't really affect you. It don't. Stephen A. Smith is on this explaining campaign because he knows why people are saying this. And there's some stuff that he's done. He's like, maybe I am in question. That's why it's different. It's different. I'll use another one. Not even related to my morals as a man. I'll use the money shit with Verb. Before I broke it down live, I logged into my PayPal live and did it live with y'all and showed the 450 and all that shit. I said, look at this fucking idiot. What do you say now? Now you just find something else to go rant about in Spaces. Idiot. But before that, just claiming that I would steal. My reputation has no stealing in it. It didn't ruffle my feathers like that. It didn't. You know, so Will, if I'm answering the question with enough depth to, I don't want to come off like it's not relatable to a stronger conversation tied to the Anton and the Corey shit. You know, when we get a little bit more into culture and this country and a black man's plight and a black woman and minority white women, whatever, however you look at it, I understand that's a deep conversation in this country. It absolutely is. But if somebody called me or you, Will, an ass kisser of a white man, I don't give it weight. It's because it's not there and there's no physical threat. And there's nothing that should challenge us at that level. So wait, RP, are you saying SMD? Are you standing in my face and saying it? That which one has more weight? Yeah, I guess so. Which would be even more ignorant. So you can't win. Keep walking around the matrix, you know? Shout out, Will. I'm coming to that big super in 1 second. I got one more, people. The homie Showoff. The homie Showoff sent me a beautiful, this is the text of the day. You don't have to send me a screenshot of it, homie. I believe you. He sends me like what is this, like him signing on for he's buying his condo shopping. I think he put that on Twitter or his Instagram the other day. It's like the rate of his mortgage, I believe, and you got this coming up in a couple months. Okay. Yeah, so this is beautiful. Showoff he's had his ups and downs over life, just like we all have. But house shopping, and not just house shopping, then actually going through with sitting at that closing table and getting those keys and walking into that house when you own it for the first time. It's one of the biggest accomplishments that people have in their lives. Like some of the biggest things is like giving birth and raising a child. That's number one. After that, it'd be like getting into like your dream career or having a successful career. That's like one of the biggest things you can do. Another one is purchase a home. Some people say purchase a car, right? But I really did name some of the biggest things you could do within your one lifetime right there. So buying a home, it's such a beautiful honor. And there are circumstances of which people should rent over buy. If you don't know where you're going to be within the next 5 years, you should never buy. You should always rent. hoppers, even people that have a lot of money, but they move around a lot based on taking contracts or moving around or traveling. You know what I'm saying? You should rent or you should lease. Same thing with cars. If you like to get in and out of cars within 1-2 years or whatever, what's the point of buying? Because you waste money. I remember I had a stint where I bought like 3, and I'm not talking about investment, I'm talking about places where I stayed. I bought like 3 different homes in a span of like 3.5 years. It's a waste of money because you spend tens of thousands of dollars moving. You spend tens of thousands of dollars, maybe even more, to be honest, in closing costs, you know, and you never stay at a place long enough to even make up what those fees cost you by building back into the equity, you know, so it's a waste of money. So based on your planning, you know, sometimes it is better to just lease the car or to rent the crib. But if you are going to stay put in somewhere, or if you feel like that neighborhood is on fire and you still have an investment approach to it as well, then owning is always the way to go. You're not paying into somebody else's equity. You're paying into your own. I remember I had a rental property and I rented it for over 15 years. Now, most mortgages are going to be either a 15-year mortgage or a 30-year mortgage. A lot of people go 30 years, give you a lesser payment, whatever. I always say, fuck it, go with a 30 because very rarely will you ever get the opportunity to borrow that much money in your lifetime other than what a bank will give you for a mortgage, right? So do a 30-year, right? If you can pay it off early, pay, whatever. Do whatever financially makes the most sense for your planning in your life. But let's say you have a 30-year. That rental that I had for over like 15 years, that's whatever the house is worth. That's other people, other tenants paying into that equity for me. And once upon a time, I was able to say, give me all that money. Let's say it was 100, 200, 300, 350, 400,000. Give me that and do whatever I want with it. You know, it's equity as somebody else is building up. And you pay into your own equity when you own, you know, hopefully get yourself a good interest rate. But paying into your own, now some people never can get above the responsibility of it, which is you got to change your own light bulbs. I said something so small on purpose. I gave y'all stories here of my main water line cracking. That's 10, 15 grand, right? Gone overnight. Got to make the call. What are you going to do? Let the mud get into your water? It's the main water line. Got to fix it. That's the type of shit you face as an owner. Irrigation system in the back. That boom, got to fix it. You know, leaks, water is one of the most damaging things to a property. Anything related to water, you got to jump. I had a furnace that I replaced in this particular, you know what I'm saying? This is sometimes you think 10, 15,000. What was the last thing I had to do? I had to fix. That was big. Anyway, you know, it's every little fucking thing. You're not calling somebody to do it. Well, then again, my man Aaron, for example, like he calls a handyman for everything. That's how he is, but he does own. But you're responsible financially for all of this shit. Everything, man. Every little fucking thing. I redid my master shower, not because I was in the middle of just redoing my bathroom. I have a beautiful master unit and bathroom. But I started seeing a leak in the bathroom. Like it was like leaking in the wall a little bit. And when I identified it, it was coming from the shower above. And it's just like, damn, what's the leak in all of this shit? And the only way to identify it is to tear it all out and redo it. So it's like, all right, let's redo everything. And that's why I have a brand new, beautiful, modern era tile that doesn't match some of the outside in the bathroom because it wasn't like, oh, look at the beautiful thing you did to your shower. I was actually fixing a leak and I had to do all of this. I did it while new glass, new fixtures, new everything while we were already here. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll pull it all out, you know? So when you own, yeah, make sure your credit card is in good standings. Make sure you got some money in the bank. They say have bare minimum 3 months of living if you're going to own. Some underwriters want to see your savings account. Some underwriters, some of them do. You know, but even if it's a bank or a lender that doesn't, you need to be there. You need to say, if I'm living from month to month, from week to week, or from check to check, the moment that water line or the heat goes off, or the gas unit is messed up, or there's a leak, or anything, if you don't have a means to fixing that, you're fucked. You're fucked. You know, so there's a responsibility that also comes with the back end of what you get out of owning the property. And then, of course, real estate has always been one of the biggest things to make people money. You know, you might turn around, you have no ambitions of selling, but you might turn around just by the nature of where you live or that particular state or that particular city or that zip code or that school zone. And all of a sudden your house jumped up $100,000. It's like, what the fuck? That's way better than the stock market. I didn't even know that. Notice what happened. It just jumped up because the property or the land is all filled up and there's no more area to build in this neighborhood or this state anymore, and it's just property value just going up again, or the economy's rebounding, or new president in office, all types of shit, you know. So you get that factor, man, and you can't beat it. You can't beat it, man. And it's what also pushes people towards security, even in retirement. You get older and you be like, yeah, we have all these mothers and fathers and grandparents, whatever, they live in the same house for 50, 60 years. You know, if they ever needed to, they probably got a ton of equity just sitting there. If they ever needed to sell and go purchase themselves a little retirement home with us, that's a lot. I could rant about this shit forever, but shout out to Showoff. Congratulations out there condo shopping, man. That's a beautiful thing. And for you and your family, y'all do y'all fucking thing and get ready for the headache. But there's a thing in this world we call good problems. Good problems to have. Fuck, I gotta pay this mortgage this month. Well, that means you own a house. It's a good problem to have. All right. Shout out to show. Supers. Once again, the homegrown Nikita here with the good morning. Appreciate you, love. And also the rest of the viewers and the whole green team and all the members and all that and the mods. Tech earlier with the goods going to come out with the seedless stop. Leave goods alone. Shout out to goods. That's a friend of the platform over here. Leave my guy alone. Those watermelon J's was fucking ridiculous, though. We started the stream like that. Bricks in the building. Appreciate you, Jay. Put your lighters up. That was for Aaliyah. Rest in peace. Either today or yesterday was saying it's her birthday, huh? Rest in peace to Aaliyah, the lovely and beautiful Aaliyah. Jay's also here, says YT people get the most government. Oh, yeah. So that was during that time. We got a little intellectual on that one. I didn't think we was going to go there this morning. I thought we were just following up from their argument yesterday, but we got range on this podcast, people. We got range. Wavy for the 5 memberships once again. Thank you. I appreciate you. There will be a members only exclusive up before Sunday, maybe more than one. I spoke with my monthly call with Quarter Lab yesterday, and they pushed me around a little bit too. It was just like the platform is so worthy of memberships, the way the content is and the way we stream, and we also clip and all type of stuff. But you got to do more members only exclusives, and you guys are going to get a lot of reaction videos that are members only as well. They push me more towards some of the reaction stuff. Like your reaction content has good amount of watch time. People enjoy them, you know. So I know that we build on topics and we do all the different types of stuff up here, but definitely expect more members only reaction videos to music videos, songs, maybe some battle rounds and all that. I don't know if maybe that was because stuff they've seen recently, probably. But yeah, Quarter Lab's analyzing some of our trends, and they're like, all right, ARP, more members only reaction videos, and I got y'all. Okay. That's a good timing to mention that, being that was on that type of super. Nikita also says share and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Thank you, people. All right, this was the one from earlier. I see Cooper here with the big $20 super. First and foremost, I appreciate you, homie. Says, my concern with Anton Daniels is that he sounds reasonable while advancing a racial analysis centered on culture and individual behavior that excludes housing policy, labor markets, capital access, and wealth extraction. Very, very well said. People are always going to have their angles towards their beliefs. I think we touched on some of that even based on how you could come up, especially when we was doing the government assistance thing, right? Where you could abuse certain things. But that's where we have to be smart enough to filter somebody's take, somebody's opinion, somebody's the messaging that they're putting out into the world. Like, I'm sorry to keep using this guy as some of these examples, but it's just so relevant and so current. Like Charlie Kirk, okay? When I can see into people. You know what? I think I got a better one of that. Let me not use Charlie Kirk. Let me use the one from yesterday for everybody that was here on yesterday's stream, because that's going to be more of a rabbit hole if I get on that type of rant right now. I'll use from yesterday. The guy from Florida that was explaining why he wanted to apply the 50% sin tax to OnlyFans people or OnlyFans pages, right? Did you see in that take what I said? It was either yesterday's stream or the day before. I said, the word selection that you're using and your tone, I could see the personal reasons towards this political push. And we always have to be conscious of that. Always, with our politicians, with our Democrats, with our liberals, with our Republicans, with our presidents, with our mayors, with our city advisory people, everybody. We always have to be conscious of a person's personal plight. So Anton Daniels is a very intellectual and a smart person. But when we see the exclusion of the housing policy, etc., I'm not shocked, because when you get into those areas, that means that you have to be more tunneled and more focused. When I just go after, like, let's say Section 8 housing, or I just go after liberal women, or I just say white women are the new minority or the current minority within this country, I'm very broad. And it's easier to deliver takes and have logical things that make sense to push those type of narratives. When you get into these other areas, you get more streamlined and focused, and then you start to stumble over things like numbers, black and white, actual statistics, actual things that are more personalized to each person's position or situation within that particular region. And that's not as easy. I would love to hear him bring some of that stuff in. I would love it. I would love it, because that, to me, compounds even that much more why you're right. Or you're wrong, you know? And I'm not trying to say you can't make a point at a high level by just using logic and generalizing on, like, let's say something like a demographic. Stereotypes do apply many times, but because they are stereotypes within themselves, that gives you the ability to separate from and say, no, I don't like watermelon. You know what I'm saying? That was the tie-in, if y'all missed it. But intellectual take here, Mr. Cooper. Maybe we should watch Anton more. And if so, we will bring way more of those takes and more of those topics to the stream. Maybe we will. Maybe we will. Jay says, SMD sucker neighborhoods. He said to the front of the stage. It is what it is. Shout out to Surf. Oh, God, the brand is here. I appreciate the big super. I remember. Thank you, homie. Says, morning. Miss my family over here. Been working on this t-shirt printing business. My nephew's battle rap career, J-rated R, and new artist opening for the baby at Penn State the 23rd of January. Fire. Kai Unique is his name. Am I pronouncing that the right way? Or battle rap career, J-rated R? Let's see if I see anything on YouTube real quick. Let me see. J-rated R. See if I see anything real quick. I see him on. Oh, wow. He did Wing Joint. Shout out to Winged. Bodies in Brooklyn. J-rated R versus Wordsmith. Okay. And here it is here, people. At least on. Let me take this down for a second, homie. On Bags and Bodies. I mean, Bags and Bodies. On Bread. Which is Wings Joint. Okay. We might check this out, homie. We might check this out to see if you talking about somebody that's up there nice like that. But everybody, you know, keep this on your radar. J-rated R. New artist opening for the baby at Penn State January 3rd. Kai Unique. So 2 people you're working with right here. All right. Why don't you put them on the radar, man? They better hold up to it. You know what I'm saying? Because we listen to you around here. You know what I mean? So it's on your name now. Salute, homie. Appreciate the super once again. All right. Yeah, ARP hat game has got. Thank you. This is a new one. I just picked this one up. I appreciate it, y'all. Maybe I'll go on a run all like the next 5, 6, 7 streams, all the new ones that I just picked up. I just grabbed a whole bunch of new ones. But all right. What was this? The SMD suck in my neighborhood. Let me go down to the bottom of the chat. Hold on. What was this? Hold on. Anytime, homie. Anytime, Mish. Anytime, y'all. Anytime. Okay, I think we about to get up out of here. Let me just make sure that Showoff and Ill Will didn't text me again. Because they might, if they happen to watch my takes and be like, nah, nigga, what about... I don't want to cut them short. Hold on. Let me make sure. All right, Will didn't hit me again, and Show didn't hit me again. All right, cool. I could get up out of here. Happy Friday, y'all. We will be back on stream before the games tomorrow. Keep an eye out for members-only content. Keep an eye out for the clips. Keep an eye out for uploads. Y'all know the drill. Let's get to the rest of the day, though. Sorry, it's true. We out.
Don't confuse silence with work ethic. I'm a boss, making decisions my first fetish. The verse cherished is perfect, that's a reverse blemish. I dropped it, connected the block, learn Tetris.
This is the Sorry It's True podcast. Welcome to the house of. And shout out to the members.